Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. So we knew it was going to happen at some point. We now have our first named system of the season. This is Tropical Storm Alberto. It's getting a little better organized. You're definitely starting to see more convection with this system, and that convection, it's closer to the center. It's right into that core right now. And that was really the big key of what we were waiting for with this system. Remember yesterday we were talking about this was potential tropical cyclone number one, and that was because it had the winds, it had a lot of the structure, it just doesn't have that well-defined core with the convection. Now you can see that big burst of convection there. Hurricane reconnaissance plane has been out flying in this system, and they found that as well, and it is right around that center of this storm. So it has now been classified as a tropical storm, and it gets the name Alberto. So here's the 11 a.m. advisory, 22.2, 95 degrees west. Currently, winds are at 40 miles an hour. It's moving to the west at 9 miles an hour. Now that it's become a tropical storm, nothing's really changed with this. It's just that classification now calling it a tropical system. We still have the warnings along the coastline. We're still looking for it to work its way on shore as a tropical storm. 40, 45 mile an hour winds with this as it moves on shore. But again, the winds aren't really the biggest issue with this. A lot of it is going to be the rain, and then also the winds with this system are really far reaching because this started out as such a disorganized broad area circulation. The tropical storm force winds, they are actually extend out 415 miles. So this is a wide-reaching storm as far as the wind field, but it's also the rain with this system. But once it works its way on shore, it will weaken quickly, but it will also dump a lot of rain. So watch that working its way on shore. The rainfall totals across portions of Mexico and then reaching up into southern Texas. We're going to see some of these amounts. Remember, we're kind of moving into some mountainous areas, so that will tend to squeeze out a lot more of that moisture. And we can see a widespread area across portions of Mexico extending up into southern Texas from, say, Corpus Christi down to the south, between about 5 to 10 inches of rain in these areas. And we could see some totals right on the foothills of these mountains of up to 20 inches of rain. So flooding, mudslides is certainly going to be a big issue with this system. We do have a flood watch out for a good portion of the southern part of Texas just because of all the expected heavy rain to be heading in that direction. Now, we're still watching this area out to the east of the state, but again, you notice you're not seeing much cloud cover on that western side between this disturbance and Florida. And the reason why, it's all the dry air. We've got a lot of dry air. So overall with this system, what we've been talking about is just limited moisture. It will continue to work its way towards the west, eventually working its way towards the southeastern coast of the U.S. But just simply because of all the dry air, it has a very limited amount of moisture to work with, it's going to really struggle to develop. What this is more likely going to do is, just as it works its way towards us into the southeastern U.S., it's just going to, that extra spin in the atmosphere, it's going to help to enhance some of those showers and thunderstorms as we head towards the weekend. So Alberto, that will move on shore, and then in the wake of it, models are showing that we will quite likely have yet another area basically right in this same area, possibly developing or at least moving into the southwestern Gulf of Mexico as we head towards the weekend. So we'll have yet another possible disturbance, putting that 30% chance over the next 7 days. So that'd be over the weekend and into next week. We will be watching basically this same area once again. We'll keep you updated on all of this coming up right here on myfoxhurricane.com.